Okay, we're starting a new inventory. Last week was August 28th through September 3rd, 2013. So you see what I've just done is copied and pasted all the information into and pasted it just down below. So now we're going to start at the beginning of this week's inventory, which was we're running right now Wednesday to Tuesday. So I'm going to make it from 9/4 to 9/10. That's the corresponding week. I do recommend doing this weekly because things can get out of hand and it's hard to follow. So find something that went missing a week before, 2 weeks before. So any event, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this and I'm going to go copy the ending inventories to going down to the end. Okay. Control C. And then I'm going to make those ending inventories my beginning inventory. By the way, a little trick is to take that, the dates, and I have this programmed at the other several points during the inventory that it has that same date, but what it does is it says equals A5475. So whenever I change it, even if I copy and paste it, whenever I change that, that's going to be it's going to automatically change the date in the other points in the inventory to update it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my ending inventory portions my beginning by going paste, copy, Control V, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and then I'll save that. And then the purchases from last week, I'll delete those whenever I see them. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start, for example, to how this works. You'll have pick an item. We're going to measure our Tito's vodka. Of course, we're going to delete all our. We're going to do vodkas first. That's our most common. I'm just going to delete that. Most common item, most sales, and we do some great 45-cent martinis. Thanks to vodka. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take Tito's. See, here is, as you see look at the top here. That first column is tare weight, should be your tare weight. And then we have bottle size, bottle cost, should update it regularly. House measure in ounces, this is our average measure, it's 1.78. Portion cost then is simply divided by the size of the bottle that we're using, okay, and then divided out into per portion, not ounce but portion. So we're actually comparing apples to apples. We're comparing portions to portions. If you prefer to do ounces, that you can do that. But we have an average pour of 1.78, and that's has worked very well. Now, so that tare weight then for Tito's is going to be 17.5. That means that the Tito's 17.5. Let's see, there it is. The bottom. Tito's handmade. 17.5. It's 1,000 milliliter bottle. Cost $19.67. 1.78 portions. $1.04 per portion. And then we started with 52.61 on the last inventory. But we ended with 52.61. Now, what I'm going to do is then I'm going to take my Tito's. I'm going to take the last inventory. I ended with the cordials, as I always do. I put them last. Now what you see here is this wheel that goes around everything. Now that's your weight in distilled liquor. That's the blue is distilled liquor. The red is cordials. So they have a lot of sugar, higher weight. So and then it is distilled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find 17.5, which is See, this is 18 right there. 17.5 is in between, obviously. See, this is 16, 17, 17.5, right between 17 and 18, in the middle. So then that's my measure for the tare weight. Now, that's the weight of the bottle. Now, what happens when the weight of the bottle and is beyond that is going to be the liquor. So that's why I would do this as the weight of the liquor. Now, that if you look at that, it says 18.5 ounces of liquid vodka in that. So 18.5 is what I have in there. Now, one of the things I know from I enter 18.5, but of course, I do have backups of this vodka. Now, what I have is Tito's. I don't see the backup was up here. We did have some. We had a lot of sales of Tito's in the last week. We have one of our regulars has discovered it, and that he tends to spike sales when they change their habits and start drinking a new brand. This is a new one for us. So apparently that is what we have is 18.5. We do not have an extra one. Now what that means, it tells us we started with 52. You see that we started with 52.61, ended with 18.5, and that means we sold 34 portions. We have to find in our POS to match that up. That should say 34 portions, and we'll put over here what if it says 25, then we realize, okay, there's 9. What happened to the 9 shots? I would assume it would be in our regulars' stomach. But in any case, or somewhere else. That's your waste, pilferage, and theft. Sky Vodka. We're going to do an example of what happens if you don't have a tare weight. The best way to do this is to find a tare weight of a bottle that you don't have. Just assuming that this was a new bottle for us. What I do is I would put it on. I know that the liquid amount of the bottle is a liter, so it's going to be 33.8 ounces. So I'm going to go, here's 33, a little bit more, say 33.8 ounces. Okay, so that's 33.8 ounces of liquid. Now, then I go, where's the zero end? So where does the liquid end? Is going to end at the tare weight of the bottle, because that's the bottle, the actual weight. So this is going to be 18.5, and no, I'm sorry, 19.5. I have when I originally did this was 19.7. That's also it's pretty much spot on, and that's your weight. You can find your weight by going to the side, then putting the volume of the liquid to the volume of the bottle that you know it's full, and then where the zero is will tell you where the bottle weight is. Also, in that code on the bottle, every bottle has a code, which let's see, can't really tell in this light. Yeah, there's a barcode right here that also has the tare weight of the bottle in that. If you can read it, if you have a scanner for a barcode, then you can actually see what the weight is of the bottle. But in any case, you can actually do it on your own, because a lot of times you'll get something special in for somebody, and then you have to do it. So basically what you're doing then is taking your Tito's Handmade. We started with 52.61 and ended with 18.5, and that gives us 34.11 portions used, and then you compare that to your POS. So in that case, we're going to see where we are, and we can go to the POS and see for the time period, which remember, always make sure that you're in the same time period, September 4th to 10th. Then you can see how many Tito's shots that you sold, and find out if you're at risk of if you had a loss in Tito's vodka, and that goes for each bottle. And it takes time, but it's important when your bartenders know that you're measuring. They see you weighing, and you're putting a note out every week that, hey, we got to tighten up. We got 16 shots of this or 10 shots of that are missing. It doesn't take long before you find that they're going to start pouring properly, and also you'll find people who are either giving away something or nipping at something, and it shows on the inventory. And when people see that they're dismissed, that they lose their jobs because of that, then they know you're serious. And of course, doing this work is a key part of successful liquor inventory control.